Welcome to the Thursday night call, everyone. We're so excited that you can be with us and really just so looking forward to sharing with you something tonight that might just change your life. My husband, Eric, and I have been in this industry for about 26 years, and we've never been more excited than we are right now. We love the flexibility and the freedom that it comes from building this type of business where you can create residual income, working together with people that you love to be around. Maybe different from people that you're forced to work with. You get to pick the people here that you work with, and you get to write your own time frame, and you get to basically write your own check. The harder you work, the more people that you bless, the bigger your check will be, and the bigger imprint you will make upon the world. So we love that. We love being able to leave a legacy behind us and be able to impact lives for good wherever we go, and be able to be impacted financially for doing so. I don't think there's a more pure way to make income on this earth. So we're excited to be able to share this with you and see if this appeals to you and will maybe perhaps change your life and change some lives of the people that you know and that you care about. The business we want to share with you tonight is called ACTIVZ. ACTIVZ has been around for a couple of years now. It started in 2017 down in Mexico and then went south. So south, not downhill, but south to Peru and Colombia. And there are other countries that are asking and opening their doors and hoping that ACTIVZ will bless their borders. We just recently have been able to get it to come north and east. So it opened recently in Japan and it opened recently in the United States. So if you're hearing about this, you are one of the first. And if you've ever seen a network marketing industry company and you know people that have made the legacy money, the big, huge checks, the life-changing money, a lot of times it comes from those people that heard about it first. All that means is that you get the benefit of timing on your side. So anybody that gets into any company that grows really big and lasts a long time and impacts millions of people, the people that got in first make a lot of money. And it doesn't have to be in this industry. It can be Intel, it can be Motorola, it can be AT&T or Apple or Facebook. I could go on and on and on. You all know that what I'm saying is fact. The people that have timing on their side, that heard about a project or a product that was going to come in and disrupt the market and be able to change the way that people do business, those people are the people that literally hold the bank books, that hold the big money. And so the fact that you're hearing about this right now, I hope that you will take some time to thank the person that invited you to this company or invited you to hear this call, because this can be your chance. This can be your time to be in front of a company that's going to be disrupting an industry, disrupting a market, and taking something amazing to the world, and you can hear about it first. So when my husband and I were looking for a company, we literally were looking. Most people aren't looking for a network marketing company. They have to get into a place in their life where they get outside their box and realize that what they have isn't what they wanted. And most people don't realize that. They're so head down in their rut, chasing the dollar bill with, trading hours for dollars and trying to stay ahead of things and trying to keep up, that they're not looking around. We learned a long time ago, you have to come up and look around. You have to realize that in order to keep growing and progressing, we can't stay in the rut that we've been in. So we're always looking to progress and to grow. And we've loved the way to do it through this residual income. So we were looking for a way to create residual income. We didn't want to open a franchise. We've looked at that before. We didn't want to go down that road again. We didn't want to have a boss. We've been down that road before, and there was no security for us in that. Maybe you're one of those people that have understood that principle of a boss can only keep you until they can't keep you anymore. And over 30 million people right now are in that camp, that are looking for income because their boss has not been able to keep their doors open because of the virus, because of the economy, because of something. So if you're in that camp where you're tired of the boss holding the strings and you're ready to take ownership, then you are ready to look around. But we've been down that road. We didn't want a boss. We didn't want to be self-employed. We've been self-employed, and we understand that really all that means is you're employed with multiple bosses instead of one boss. because ultimately the client is right and the client is your boss. And if they're not happy, your job isn't done, and you work 24 hours a day until it's done. At least that was our principle. We always wanted to make things right with people. And so we went from having more time and more control of our time to having less time and less control, and we were the last to be paid. So none of those avenues worked for us. We found the network marketing industry and realized that it's one of the best kept secrets out there, because if people really understood what we had their hands on, with what we have, with the products that we have, with the way that you can make money from home and have the flexibility to work from your phone and work from your home or work wherever you are and be able to create a substantial business and be able to live with better than CEO income after a short period of time of work, we know what the steps are, we know how to get there, and we know that we can help people create CEO type income. If people really understood what we had our hands on, they would literally be lined up around the block for miles and miles. You know, those lines that form when people think they're going to hit their big break on American Idol or America's Got Talent, and they're willing to stand in line for days at a shot. Well, you didn't have to stand in line to get on this call tonight. You probably didn't have to wait all day to get on this call. And yet this is your shot. And you're not going to be eliminated by anything that we decide. The only thing that can eliminate you from this is you. So my challenge to you tonight is, if I don't answer all your questions, talk to somebody who can and dig through this thoroughly, because this is worth your time and it can literally change your life. And it might just change the life of somebody that you tell. And if you don't listen and you don't look through this properly, the person that you could have changed their life isn't going to hear about it, or they might from somebody else if they're lucky. But this is really special. So when we found this company, we were looking for 6 factors. If you're here taking notes and looking at this for the first time, you may want to write these down and do your own research and homework into these factors. We did. The first one was the company. What we found is that ACTIVZ is run by men that we actually know. We know their history in the industry. We know their hearts. We know their intention of putting the people that they work with first. So they're all about making sure that you're successful, that I'm successful, that people that are putting in the time and the labor for this company are successful. David Brown and Ryan Thompson are some of the most honorable men I know, and they have big vision and big dreams, and they know how to get to the top. They've created million-dollar companies that have done hundreds of millions of dollars in business. They know how to do this, and their hearts are in the right place and their integrity is in the right place. So we were looking for somebody with experience, with integrity, that had the big vision, and we found it in this company. We were looking for products that were proprietary, that were consumable, that were unique, that you couldn't find anywhere else. I have seen many companies that have this special oil or this special juice, but you can also get it down at Costco and you can also get it at Walmart. It's just a different label. And I didn't want a company like that. I wanted something that was so unique that was going to revolutionize the industry. And when we looked at this company, we realized they were the leading edge in nutrigenomics. And nutrigenomics may not even be a term you've heard of before, but nutrigenomics basically means, in a nutshell, a product that's going to go in and speak to your body and tell your body how to perform, rather than being something that you just put in as a supplement to your body. So nutrigenomics, the people that are listed, when you look up nutrigenomics on the internet, the doctors and scientists that have really been at the forefront of the nutrigenomics industry are some of our doctors and scientists behind our products. So super exciting with that. The products that are leading edge with this company are 3 that I'm going to talk about today, and they're skincare. I can't leave out their Amora skincare. It's Amora because it's Amor for love, and they changed the first letter to an E for your epidermis because they want you to love your skin. I used to have different colored spots on my face. I don't think you can see them now. I can't when I look in the mirror. It's literally brought back the collagen into my cheeks and the even tone back into my skin. I'm going to let you try it for yourself, but Amora is amazing. The 3 that I want to spend time on today are the internal products, because that's what's made the biggest impact on our lives in our household. The skin is just an absolute added bonus. The first one I want to talk to you about is Link. Link is a product I've never seen anywhere before. I'd never heard of butyric acid, and that's the major portion of Link. But butyric acid, I'm finding, feeds everything from the gut lining in your gut and helps that to be able to heal and to feed those cells and help them be properly fed, which stops all the leaky gut and all the things that are flowing through your gut that shouldn't, that are getting into your bloodstream that shouldn't, like our chemicals and our preservatives and all the garbage that's in the foods that we eat. And if our stomach can't protect against that, all those harmful things are getting into our bloodstream and wreaking havoc. So when you can heal the lining of your stomach and help your immune system and help your base health, that's where the health of your body really starts, is in the health of your gut. So butyric acid is critical for that. It also helps create more neurons. Who doesn't want a stronger brain? I love being able to think back and remember where I've left my phone and where I've left my keys, and it doesn't work all the time, but I am certainly ahead of where I was 3 months ago before I got on Link. I'm also able to finish projects better. I have more focus, I have more drive, and I have more energy throughout the day, because lo and behold, butyric acid also creates more mitochondria. And if you remember back to biology class, mitochondria is the powerhouse of your cells. So if you have more mitochondria, it's going to give you more natural energy, not the kind that you're going to go up from and then crash, but just sustained, wonderful mitochondria from internal based energy. So Link is phenomenal. It's helped our family with the blues, to put it mildly. It's helped with being able to have regular bathroom habits. My husband's on some severe medication from losing his leg, and that was a wreck. And to be able to get off laxatives and function properly is huge. So if you know people with stomach issues, with brain issues, with anxiety, mental issues, we're seeing blessings with autism, and I could go on and on and on and on. Just if you know people that need gut health, organ health, brain health, if they're breathing and can fog a mirror, they should look at Link. Butyric acid is amazing. Go to Google or whatever your search engine is and do a search on butyric acid. There are thousands and thousands of studies if you want to go deeper. The next one I want to talk about is OptiMend. OptiMend basically mends your body. So it's going to lower inflammation. The main ingredient in OptiMend is tetrahydrocurcumin. If you're familiar with turmeric and what it does for pain and for inflammation, this is the best part of turmeric. So turmeric is a large molecule. It's hard for the body to absorb it. A lot of people are taking it just because they know it does good, but if the body can't absorb it, is it really doing any good? Or are you just washing it down the drain? So what are you actually paying for? So some scientists have figured that out, and they break it down to curcumin, which is a little smaller molecule, but still quite large. So it's better than turmeric. It's the best, most bioavailable part of the turmeric, but it's still too big. So if you do get curcumin into the body's going to break it down further and only keep the tetrahydrocurcumin, because that's the part it can process. So our doctors and scientists have figured out how to take those 4 little molecules, 4 little tiny molecules that make up tetrahydrocurcumin. It's the part the body's going to use anyway. And that's all we put into our OptiMend. Well, they can't get it in there because it's so fragile and so tiny without it breaking apart, until Albrechtsen came along with his wrapping technologies. He's one of our science partners, and he's amazing. Figured out how to wrap those 4 molecules and be able to get them to time release inside the body where they need to. And when you can put that kind of a power pack attack on your pain, on your inflammation, if you have a disease that you haven't been able to get on top of, go and do a search online and see if inflammation has anything to do with that disease. And if it does, I challenge you to take OptiMend and see what it'll do. It's not designed to treat or prevent or cure any disease. None of our products are, but they feed the body. They're nutrigenomic. They're going to go in and they're going to help the body be the answer. So go and look up and see what you can have done with tetrahydrocurcumin and with lowering pain naturally. I love being able to give it to people when they have a headache and they think it's something over the counter, and it goes away within a few minutes, 30 minutes, they're feeling the results, and then they find out it's natural and it's not something that I got off the pharmacy shelves or over the counter. It's something that is totally natural. So now you have a natural response for people that are having achy joints, things from old sports injuries, and all the aches and pains that naturally happen as we age. We all get little breakdowns as our bodies get older. To be able to attack those things naturally and healthfully and feel like you're de-aging instead of aging is absolutely a blessing. And I'm living proof that that happens. My husband is living proof that that happens. My children are living proof that they can feel better even at younger ages. So you can literally take both the Optimum and the Link and break them open. Link also is wrapped with that same technology. It's patent pending technology from ACTIVZ to mask the flavor and to mask the smell, because butyric acid is really, really nasty. Let's face it. It's not something most people can get into a person without a fuss. But ours doesn't have any taste or flavor because it's wrapped in that same time release packaging from ACTIVZ that's natural. It's vegan. It's all safe and natural. You can take this without harming your body. It's going to help it get in time release in the right place. But you can literally break those capsules open and sprinkle them over a child's food if they have a gag reflex and can't swallow, or an aged person that's eating through a tube. You can literally pour it in a liquid and let them drink it. If it's an autistic child that can't swallow, or a baby, I know doctors that are putting it in a baby bottle. So they're safe and they're natural, and they're going to help the body to be able to help itself. Amazing. Our third product is one of my favorite. It's called Genomics, and it comes from a doctor by the name of Joe McCord. And we've known Joe for over a decade. We've seen some of his magnificent science. We've seen what it can do for the body. Literally, we were able to be blessed with working with his first formulation many, many years ago, and it blessed our lives and so many others and turned back the clock on so many things, helping bodies to be able to function properly, balancing genes and enzymes and things that have gone whack. And when things get out of whack, you end up with this disease or that disease. And the doctors say, take this medication with these 17 side effects, or take this one to counteract this one's 17. We don't play that game. We're going to give your body what it needs to be able to turn back on the genes and enzymes and things that ran properly when you were a child. I had my 3-year-old granddaughter over this morning, and she was running around with this raw energy screaming, "Catch me, mommy!" And she was so cute. Actually, she's not even 3 yet. I shouldn't say that. Her birthday isn't here yet. She's 2, and she just is this boundless energy because everything is firing right inside of her. If you are not feeling as young as you want to feel, and you're not running around with the amount of energy that you want to run with, try these products and see what they'll do for you. They have a 90-day money-back guarantee. You have absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain. So I challenge you to take them, and then I challenge you to tell a few people, because that's all we do. And we can literally create income that rivals the top 1% income earners in the country. So if you've ever wanted your chance to make the big bucks and you don't stand in line to inherit a billion-dollar business, this is your chance. Now, if you're in line to maybe go win at American Idol, then we will watch and we will clap for you and we'll be excited for you. Or if you're writing a bestseller, great. But let's face it, this is the 1%ers that we're talking about that go out and they create that kind of income from some special talent. If you're just a normal person like we were, and you don't have any special title behind your name, and you don't stand in line to inherit something incredible, and you don't have a talent that's going to take you to the Hall of Fame, this is your chance. This is your way that you can create the big money. We literally have systems in place with this company where we can show you how to make $10,000 a month. And if that's not enough for you, we can show you how to make $100,000 a month. And for the 1%ers out there that need to make more than that, we know how to make more than that too. So we have systems in place. We know how to do it. And it just comes down to telling a few people who tell a few people who tell a few people. And literally you can impact the world. You can impact people in places that you've never even heard of if you just start the ball rolling. So we were looking, I told you, for some specific factors. We were looking for the company that had the experience and the integrity. We found it. We were looking for products that were unique, proprietary, consumable. We found it. They're breaking into this new realm of nutrigenomics, and they have the leading edge doctors and patented technologies and unique ingredients that are literally changing lives. The testimonials that we hear every day make me cry, because it's so impactful on people's lives. Talk to the person that brought you to this call, and they can give you a number of different testimonials that you can look at or watch, or you can see them at ACTIVZ.info under testimonials. We were looking for timing. This company just literally opened in the United States. So if you're watching this from Mexico, and I think we have a couple that are, you literally are only 2 years into this. There's nobody in Mexico that's hit the top of the company yet. It's still very, very new there. There are entire corners of Mexico that have never even heard of it. In fact, there's probably only 5 or 6 areas that are really pumping hard and strong. And even in those areas, you can still be first. So timing is incredible. But here in the United States, I bet you couldn't walk through a crowded, well, there's nothing crowded anymore because everybody's social distancing, but I bet you couldn't throw it on Facebook and find 3 people that have heard of ACTIVZ. I mean, it's just literally an unknown secret still. So your timing's incredible. You get to be in a company that's gonna be able to ride through the big ranks and ride for a long time, and you get to be first. If you signed up today, you would probably be, close to the very, very top of the company. Check with the person that invited you and see what number they are from the top, because chances are they're really close. So timing was incredible. We were looking for something that would satisfy the trends. Well, hello, the whole world is looking at health right now. The whole world is looking for a way to create income. And we have a way that everybody can create it from their phone. We're finding that even in third world countries, people have smartphones, which is crazy. Everybody has a phone. Everybody can be in business for themselves, and they're not looking for somebody else to have to hire them. You can hire yourself, and you're not likely to fire yourself. So this is a great, safe place to be right now in a company that had everything lining up for it. The other 2 things we looked very seriously at are their compensation plan and their system. Like I told you, we have a system in place that can take you to whatever income level you're looking at. There are videos on ACTIVZ.info that show very specifically how to create really substantial income. So if that's what you're looking for, I want to encourage you to go and look and do your homework on that respect. Okay, now we're going to get serious, and I want to talk to you about the compensation plan, because that was the other aspect of what we were looking for. And we wanted something that was going to make a huge impact on people's financials. So ACTIVZ pays 9 different bonuses, and I'm going to go through these really quickly. You can see this in full again on ACTIVZ.info, and there's videos that explain it, and you can go through it in detail. But just to go through it quick tonight, they have ranks that go from A to A16. They've done this strategically so that none of these have too big of a jump. They're all within reach, that once you get to a level, you can see the next level, and it's not so far out of reach. You don't really have to double very often. This one, I think from A3 to A4 doubles, but most of these others are incremental. Your volume, your personal volume, every company has some sort of an overhead or an auto ship program set up. This one starts very low and increases as you go up in rank. But we tell people, don't be in this company just to do an auto ship to get a check. That's the wrong mentality. We want you to be in this company buying what products you need for your family. So we very early on asked the corporate office to put together a couple of packages that would suffice for that. So they created the family pack for us. That was my husband's brainchild. And it has 2 bottles of Link, which is the brain and the gut product that everybody should be on. 2 bottles of the Optimend for lowering inflammation and mending pain naturally, and 2 bottles of the genomics, and they throw those in for free. So each of the bottles are $60 in value. So you get 2 bottles of Link, 2 bottles of Optimend comes to $240, and they're throwing in the genomics for free. So for $240, sorry, that's the immune pack. I called it the wrong thing, but you can get that immune pack. If you would like 2 bottles of Link and 2 bottles of Optimend and want the skincare, That's the family pack. That came out before we had genomics in the United States. That's $250. So you're paying for the internal products and getting the skincare for $10. If you were to buy that individually, it's a $130 pack. But with the family pack, you get it for $10. So they're really good about putting together product packs, giving people discounts, and a lot of other bonuses that they throw in with that. So our suggestion is don't just buy the minimums, buy what you need to keep your family healthy. It's going to help build your business faster if you know what the products do and your products of the product. So if you're doing a $240 pack for you and your spouse, or a $250 pack, you're more than satisfying the requirements at the highest level. So don't worry about that. As long as you're doing what your family needs, you should be okay. The minimum leg requirements, same thing. If you're following our system, you know our system says go out and find 10 within your first 90 days. That's going to more than satisfy the 4 growing legs, because out of 10 people, you're going to find 3 or 4 people that just take off and run. That's just statistically. And if you don't, if you're one of those statistics that kind of breaks the mold just a little bit, you might have to bring in 11 or 12 people. It's still not a ton of people that you need to bring in. I think, we did 250,000 people in our last organization, in the last company that we helped grow, and we only brought in about 32 people. So it doesn't take a lot of people to create huge numbers. Now, if you only bring in 1, you're not going to get the same results. And so we found that bringing in 10 identifies people out of that 10 that are ready to go right now. The maximum leg and the minimum leg requirements are just basically so that you don't try and sign up 1 or 2 people and ride them all the way to the bank. But if you're following the system and bringing in the 10 and identifying the 4, these don't even really pertain. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that tonight. You can read more about that on the website. As your organization grows, and you reach that level of A6, I'm going to go back and let you look at that for a minute. A6 is 10,000 in volume. A6 opens up 2 additional bonuses. The first one is they give you a second franchise. So you have your business, you can call it ABC Mart, whatever you want to call it. I prefer it when people call it by their name, at least at first, so I can see who they are and help them in my downline. But as you grow, you might be Jan Smith for your business center, the name of your business. And then as you grow to A6, doing 10,000 in volume, that's just people in your organization that are buying product for their families. They're going to give you a Jan Smith number 2. So it would be like owning a Dairy Queen, and you do such a great job with your Dairy Queen that franchise gives you a second Dairy Queen across town. Well, that doesn't really happen in real life, but in ACTIVZ it does. If you're doing a great job and you're helping people and you're growing, they're going to give you a second business. And now everything that you do out of that second business, you get paid for in the second business and the first business, because it's underneath your first business. So you literally get paid twice. As you go A8, they're going to give you a 3rd business center, and A10, they give you a 4th. So you can be paid up to 4 times off the work that's happening underneath that 4th business center. So there is so much money to be made. Basically, as you bring people in, they're going to give you money weekly. They pay these bonuses every single week. So if you bring somebody in, you're going to get 20% of a return based on whatever products they order as a thank you from the company for finding them. That's that money that they would have normally put into advertising to be able to find that prospect, that client, that customer. And they let you be the advertising. So basically all you're doing is you're the billboard, you're the Facebook ad, you're the front face that's helping them find this client. As a thank you, they're going to pay you that advertising fund. As that person brings somebody in, you're going to earn 4% from that, and 8% if they bring someone in, 6%, and then 4%. You get paid down 5 levels because they know these people would not have been there without you starting the ball rolling and finding this person. So even if you don't do anything to help find this person, or you don't know them and you don't know this person, because you got the ball rolling, you're going to get paid down all 5 levels. It's huge. The royalty bonus is paid monthly. This happens the following month after the person comes in. So the first month you're making the 20%. The next month you make 10% on all of the personal people that you brought into the business who are on your first level. These bonuses go down additional levels as you grow in the company. You can receive up to, it shows 8 levels deep, but there's compression involved, so you can actually be paid much deeper if you're a high rank and there's nobody of that rank below you. Each of these bonuses is going to, every time anybody does volume, it pays up 8 levels. So if you think of it from a bottom up standpoint, here it says it's dynamically compressed. So if somebody buys a product, let's say they buy a product right here, it's going to pay up to all these levels. So it's actually going to look for the first A11, and the 1% is going to pay to the A11, and then the 4% is going to pay to the A10, and this 4% is going to pay to the first A9, this 4% pays to the first A8, and so on. And the 10% always goes to the enroller, because they know that the enroller is at least an A. So they're always going to get paid as the enroller. So it's exciting the way this works. It takes a little bit of time to wrap your head around it. I know that was a little bit more in-depth instruction for some of you. You haven't understood the dynamically compressed part. You don't have to understand it. All you have to know is how to go to your mailbox and get a check and cash it, or even better, to set up a ProPay account and they put all of your money onto a prepaid credit card and you can spend it anywhere they take Visa. So you can pay your bills with it. You can use it for fun money. You can use it for a specific course of action, putting a child through school, paying for a wedding, helping a child fulfill a dream, maybe a mission, or going and helping, serving somewhere in the world. Whatever it is that you want to use that money for, it's yours, and it goes onto a prepaid card. So all you need to understand is really how to use it. You don't have to understand all these bonuses. That's what we're here for. The royalty bonus for customers is the same way. It pays down or up 5 levels. You get 20% on anybody that you personally bring into the company. And if that customer happens to refer a customer, you also get 20% on their order. So there's a lot of money to be made here, whether it's customers using the products or people that see this as a business opportunity and run. You absolutely can make the extra $500 that you need a month, or the extra $500,000 that you need a month. And I know that's a huge variance, but I'm seeing all the potential in the world with this company, that we know that big checks will be made. So whatever it is your desire, get down with the person that brought you and have them dig through the numbers. If you'd like to see the breakdown on that deeper, you can get on the phone with my husband or I, and we can talk you through it. They have a rank advancement bonus as you hit strategic levels in the company. So as you hit A2, they're going to give you 100 points. That's worth $100 worth of product of your choice, so that you can try additional products that maybe you haven't tried yet. Maybe you haven't tried the skincare because you've been doing the immune pack. Well, now you can get it for free once you hit A2. You can use that, well, not for free, but you can use that towards the purchase of your skincare pack. A4, they turn it into cash, so you get $250. That jumps to $500 at A6, $1,000 at A8, and $2,500 at A10. So they're going to give you over $4,300 in value and money just for going up the ranks of the company. They're always looking for additional ways to give us money. It's absolutely exciting. And this company is not just word of mouth network marketing like we're used to. This is an omni-channel marketing company, which means they have multiple channels of creating income. So while you and I are talking to our friends and people around us that we want to be able to bless and impact their lives with their health or their finances, the company is selling products on places like QVC or Amazon, the eBay version of Mexico, and I apologize, I can't remember the Mexican name for that, but it's similar to our eBay. They're selling the products at a higher cost, and they're taking any profits that come from those sales and putting them into these pool bonuses. They also are taking 8% of the company volume that's done at any of the countries that were open, in those countries that I already mentioned. As they do volume, you might not have people in your group down in Mexico or Peru or Japan, but as they do volume, you can still earn a percentage of it once you hit A6. So they take 1% and split it between all the A6s and above. They take another 1%, and it becomes a little higher amount because it's not split among so many people. It's among the A7s to the 16s. This one pays out a little bit bigger, even though it's another 1%, because it pays out to the 8s to the 16s. This one pays out to the 9 to the 16s, and you see where this is going. The pool shares get a little bigger as you go up because it's shared among fewer people, all the way up to the top of the company, where this one is shared just with the A15s and 16s. Very exciting. They have 2 timed bonuses in the company. The first actually doesn't have a slide, so I'll talk you through it really quick. It's called the 500 Club Bonus. This pays you an extra $500 when you bring in those 10 people in 90 days. It's the proper behavior that we told you that we teach with our system, and it creates momentum in your organization, get your business off and running. So they're going to pay you an extra $500 for doing that, but it needs to be done within the first 90 days. It's timed and it's time sensitive. Every once in a while they'll reinitiate it and reopen it up, but then you have to sign up 10 new people within that 90-day period, and that may not be the right time in your business to do that. So we encourage people to do it in your first 90 days. This is the other timed bonus. It's called the Legacy Bonus, and it pays you 1% of all of the volume around the world, and through those other omni channels, is paid to anyone who has hit the level of A11 in their first year. So it's really important that you get off the ground running and get out of the gate fast so that you can hit this, because you either hit it or you don't. This is the one bonus that is not going to be recurring. There's not going to be a second chance. It's your first year in the business from the day that you sign up to 1 year later to be able to hit the level of A11. And every year that you are an A11 or above, you get to share with anybody that was fast out of the gate. That might be a small number, it might be a large number, we have no idea, but they're sharing in 1% of all global volume each month as well. The Legend Bonus is for people that hit the top of the company, that magical A level. Those people share in 1% of the total CV of the company. That's commissionable volume. And it doesn't matter how long it takes you to get there. So if you do it in 2 years, great. If you do it in 6 years, great. If you do it in 15 years, they'll still give you a share in that 1% when you get there. And they're not going to ask you how long it took you to get there. It's just a reward for having gone the distance, having gone to the end, had your head down, followed the trail all the way through and finished the job. And we know how to get you there. And we know what it takes, and we know how to do it with a smaller number of people than I have ever seen done in any opportunity that we've looked at. This company, you can hit the top with as few as 4,000 people, which can sound daunting, but for any of you that have built big organizations, remember in our last company, we had how many? 250,000 to hit the top of the company. And yes, we hit the top of the company and we had more volume than that. So it's not quite of a fair comparison, but we had a lot of people. Here you can hit it with as small as 4,000 people. All about following the system and placing them correctly. They have additional rewards and product credits that are so fun. Just by being on auto ship month after month, for your first month, you're going to get 20% back off of your auto ship order towards free product. So if you ordered $200 worth of product, you're going to get 20% of that. So $40 goes into product credit that you could then use towards a product once you get enough to purchase a product. So very exciting. The next month they're going to do the same thing, and the next month they do the same thing. And if you're still on auto ship come month 4, it jumps to 25%. And as you stay on auto ship after your 10th month, in that 10th month, it jumps to 30% back as product credit. So you're getting discounts on the product packages. You're also getting points for ordering consistently in auto ship every month. So amazing process that this company has. When you bring in your first customer, you get an additional 50 points in credit. When you hit that A2 level, like we talked about with the rank advancements, you're going to get 100 points. So they're just giving you points so that you can get free products. So maybe you need that extra because you've got an autistic child that needs an extra link. They do really well with 3 link a day instead of 2 is what I'm being told by the doctors. So maybe you need that extra bottle of links so that they don't run out before the month is over, because it's making a huge impact in the way your child is behaving and being able to think and focus in class, and teachers are noticing and you're noticing, and it's just a great thing. You want to keep them on it. Well, now's your chance to be able to use some of that product credit and get that extra bottle of link every month so that you have enough so that they don't run out. So there's lots of different ways to use the product credit, but it's a lot of fun to be able to go in and get free anything, right? We all love free. And then the special promotions, same thing. We all love free stuff. We love free trips and we love free product, and the trainings are all in place. And there's actually trainings that will be coming into the United States as we grow and we need them, where you'll be able to go to an ACTIVZ Academy on the company dime, and they fly you in and let you learn and sit at the feet of the people that have walked the path and gone all the way to the top, and you get to learn from them. They have additional bonuses and trips and fun things going on. There's always incentives going on. So check with the person that brought you and find out what the promotions of the day are. They usually go month to month. So find out, whatever month you're hearing this, find out what the promotions are of that month, and let that just enhance and bless your check. We're so excited that you took the time to come and listen and learn about ACTIVZ today. We're excited that this is maybe a turning point in your life. This might just be a chance for you to be able to create a legacy and do something more than what you were doing by staying in your rut. This might be a way for you to hire yourself and not worry ever again about being fired, not be worried about the finances. Let's get money out of the way. I know we've talked a lot about money today, but it kind of does rank up there right there with air and water and things that we need to survive. So let's get money taken care of. Let's get it out of the way so that you can go and live the life that you were meant to live. We know you weren't put on this earth to sit in rush hour traffic or to sit in a cubicle or chase somebody else's dreams. Isn't it time that you dreamed your own dreams? Isn't it time that you thought your own thoughts and created your own time frame and were there when your kids needed you? We retired my husband through this industry when he was 35, and it was fun for him to be able to go on the field trips with the kids. Yeah, he was the only dad there, but he was the only one free. He was the only one that wasn't at a job that could be there. And the other moms would just kind of look at him and wish that their husbands were home. And it's been so fun to have him by my side and be able to work hand in hand and really bless the world. It's taken us to places and corners of the world we never thought we'd get to go. We've had benefits from the products that give us that edge to be able to feel better and to be able to live life more fully and be able to just feel good. It's nice to not, at least I don't wake up in pain. He's still in some pain because he's had the accidents that he's had, but it definitely helps. And he's not on the amounts of medication that he used to be. And it's definitely increasing his quality of life and being able to give him some hope for the future. So we encourage you to try these products. And if you're a researcher and you need more information, go to pubmed.gov and dig deep. Look at butyric acid, look at tetrahydrocurcumin, look up NRF2 activators, look up, you might find some information there on Protandim. It's the first product that Dr. McCord created, and there are studies that talk about that. Well, now we have genomics, which is scientifically proven to be 10 times stronger. So when you read some of those studies and you see what's available, and just know that we have his newer technologies and we have 10 times stronger access to being able to push that NRF2 through the body, be able to fight through radicals, be able to balance your system. You can research to your heart's content. Just don't get analysis by paralysis. Analysis paralysis. Do come up for air at some point and sign up and start using the products, or sign up and join us in the business. Wherever you're at mentally, we want to meet you at that point and be able to be helping you succeed, either with your health or with your finances or both. We're here to help you on this journey. Thanks for being here tonight. I know it's a little bit longer. We'll get back to your families, but join us again tomorrow night. It'll be a 15-minute short overview so that people can get a feel for this company. And we're honored that you spent this time with us tonight. Thanks again for being here.